Hey ladies, it's Tanner. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name's Tanner and this is my coming out story. I know this will come to a surprise to everyone and a shock. I'm just kidding. I'm gay. I am a homosexual. Okay, honey? So this is my story. I debated even making this video because I'm not even sure if people still watch coming out videos, but for the one person who still is, who is having a difficult time with coming out to other people or themselves, I want to make this video. I've debated if I want to make it funny and lighthearted or serious, and I'm just gonna tell my story. I have not ever officially come out. Does that make sense? I've never officially come out. Like, I've told my mom, yeah. I've told my best friend, people I went to high school with know. I have a group of friends, that's all they know me as, is just being gay. But I have not officially come out to my entire family. I don't have the best relationship with them, so here it is. I'm gay. Your son, your grandson, your nephew, your cousin is gay. I feel as though everyone already knows. I've just never verbally told them. So this is it. I'm gay. Hello. Don't know how this is gonna go. Probably not great, but it's my life and I'm gonna live it how I want to live my life. So I'm going to be talking about my story of why I'm coming out now, why as a 25-year-old male coming out now, because it's kind of like I'm late in the game. But I just want to tell my story and the reason why I've waited this long. Throw it all the way back. I grew up in a very Christian conservative household. That's the way my parents wanted to raise us. And I also grew up in a very small town of about 1,000 people, also very conservative and Christian. Growing up, being gay was wrong, it was a sin, it was disgusting, it was ugly, it was not okay. Being told all the time, all of those things about being gay, it wasn't okay, and it was a choice, and if you chose that, like I said, you're disgusting and you're a sinner, and all of those things. And why am I feeling sexual attraction towards men when I'm being told by the church and my family that it's wrong and you should be with a woman, you should have children, be heterosexual, all of those things. And I'm like, why am I feeling like this? Is there something wrong with me? So I deep down felt like something was wrong with me. This is like no surprise. I grew up with 5 brothers. Like, I was always the odd one. I was always like, didn't want to get dirty, I didn't want to do this, I didn't want to go throw hay, I hated all of that. And so I didn't like all of the things. It's kind of the odd one of the family because I didn't fit in super well. I did get made fun of. It sucks. I've been made fun of by family members and people at school, even in elementary and high school and middle school. I got called faggot, queer bait, gay, all of those things, and I'm like, why are these people calling me these things when I'm not supposed to be these things? And so I got very insecure, and I did what most people do, is suppress the feelings and try to avoid them and act like they're not there. And that only works for so long. And it sucks because you fall into a depression, your anxiety goes through the roof, and you never know what's going to happen because you're like, is someone gonna out me even though I don't think I'm gay because I'm not supposed to be gay, so why would they think I'm gay if it's a choice? And all of this stuff is just running through my head and I'm like, it doesn't make sense. If God made me to like women, why do I have these feelings towards men who have a penis than a vagina? Because the thought of a vagina, as powerful as they are, I want nothing to do with any of them. Fast forward, high school, I'm getting ready to graduate, and then I start college, and I was still suppressing the feelings. I was still living in my Christian conservative household with my dad and his spouse, and we have a falling out, and so I move. Not because I'm gay. We had a falling out because of a family situation. I literally have not told my dad and his spouse or my dad's side of the family that I'm gay. So there wasn't a speculation that they thought. I'm sure they think that I am, or they know that I am. I have told my mom that I'm gay, and when I did move out of my dad's house, I moved in with my mom, lived with her for a while, and then I decided to move in to an apartment. The apartment complex that I moved into is owned by my Christian conservative family. Other people than my dad and his spouse own this apartment complex. So I'm like, okay, I'd come to terms with being gay before I moved into this apartment. I moved into the apartment, I'm like, okay, I'm free, I can do whatever I want now, which wasn't the case. I could live a life of being gay like in real life, but I couldn't be gay online or social media or this, that, and the other because I was afraid. And this is where it like ties into like my story of coming out. I've came out already multiple years ago, but it's a story and a process that never stops being told. I was like, okay, so I can live my life of being gay in real life, but online it's not going to be plausible because I'm living under the umbrella of my Christian conservative family. I lived in that apartment for about 4 years. I can't come out like online like I'm doing right now because I'm getting a heavy discount. I'm not being paid the best like at one of my jobs. I was also working for them and I was paying for school out of pocket. Still am doing the whole paying school out of pocket thing. I'm like, I can't come out because then I'm risking me being homeless and being jobless and, you know, not knowing what to do because I'm not financially stable. So I'm like, okay, so I had to choose what I was gonna do. Was I going to live my gay life in real life and be myself all the time? Or am I going to be financially smart and save as much money as I can and, you know, try to live here as long as I can, even though my mental health is dwindling, pay the cheap rent and all of that. And so in my mind, being financially responsible and stable was more important to me. I'm not saying that this is what everyone should do, but this is just what I did. And so I lived there for 4 years. I'm very grateful that I was allowed to live there with very minimal rent due every month so I could go to school. I did work for my family for about 1.5 years straight and, you know, making decent money, but I couldn't be who I wanted to be. So about 1.5 years ago, I met my boyfriend, whom I'm dating now. This is where I live. I live with my boyfriend. Surprise, not really, because everyone has seen my house, basically. I moved into his home about 6 months ago. Not his home, it's our home, because it would not look like this without me, Hanny. So when I moved in with my boyfriend about 6-7 months ago, I was like, okay, well, I'm kind of free now. But I was scared still because I was still working for my Christian conservative family. I was afraid because I was making decent money, the hours were fine, I was able to pay for school and come and go from my job that my family was giving me to go to school, come back to work, go to school. And so it was kind of, you know, I had it made for a little bit. But mentally, I could not do the job anymore. My depression really kicked in really bad. Last August, I made a video last year about last August and what I was going through. And I never want to be in that dark place again. So anyway, I couldn't continue to work there because I knew that I was still living a double life, a fake life. I couldn't be who I wanted to be. I had to pretend, and I'm tired of pretending. So a couple months ago, I quit that job. I now have a different job that I'm happy with. I love my job, and I'm living with my boyfriend, who will one day be my husband, and I'm happy. I'm genuinely happy, and it took so long. So this is kind of what I want moral of my coming out story to be for someone who's watching, who's struggling, is that time is your best friend. It took me many, many years to finally be able to make this video, to be able to be comfortable 100% with whom I am. No one's 100% comfortable with himself. We all have insecurities, but I want you to know that your time is coming for you to be able to be free, who you were born to be, who you were born as. Your time will come. And I just want to say this is, even though I don't think that a lot of my conservative family will still accept me, just know that the situation that we're in as LGBTQ plus people is that we get to choose and make our own family. So they don't have to be blood related people. They can be your friends. They can be your neighbors. They can be your coworkers. Those people, you make them your family because they're positive, they're encouraging, and they're supportive. If you have a family member who's not supportive, who's negative, who's degrading, cut it out of your life. I know it's easier said than done, but it's not worth it to your mental health or your life. This is your one life. We're not living our life for someone else all the time. You're living your life for you. And that's really what matters. And it's taken me a long time, and I know someone watching this, it's taking you a long time, but you have to live for you because it's your life. It's no one else's. No one can control your life. That's what I want to say. This is my coming out story. I am a gay, proud homosexual, and if you're not okay with it, that's fine with me, and I am happy. It took me a long time to be happy and accept myself because I was told that being gay was wrong. Growing up and having feelings and thinking that you're messed up and being told all the derogatory and nasty things for something that you can't help. It's not fair. Just know that you're loved and people care about you. And your time will come. You'll be able to spread your wings and fly, as cheesy as that sounds. I hope this helped some people out there. I know my story is kind of different, but I really hope that it helped someone out there. Just remember, stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you ladies next time. Bye.